Broccoli, the vegetable that helps your liver take out the trash. Most people think broccoli is only about fiber, but your liver sees it very differently. This vegetable quietly supports detox pathways that influence energy, digestion, skin clarity, and even how heavy your body feels after meals. The mistake is that many people either overcook it into mush or barely eat it consistently enough to matter. Lightly steamed broccoli gives your body compounds that help the liver process waste more efficiently instead of letting toxins circulate longer than they should. After a few weeks, people often notice less bloating, steadier energy, and fewer random cravings late at night. Here is where it gets interesting. Broccoli contains sulfur-based compounds that activate natural cleanup systems inside the liver, like turning on an internal filtration switch. And once that cleanup process improves, the next vegetable becomes even more powerful. Garlic, the tiny ingredient that wakes up a sluggish liver. A small clove of garlic can change more inside the body than most expensive health supplements. Garlic supports immunity, circulation, gut balance, and liver enzymes that help break down unwanted compounds before they build up. The problem is not garlic itself. It is how people use processed garlic powders loaded with salt and barely any active nutrients. Fresh, crushed garlic releases natural sulfur compounds that act like a signal, telling the liver to start working more efficiently. Many people notice they feel lighter after meals and less foggy during the afternoon, once garlic becomes part of daily eating instead of an occasional flavor boost. The reason is surprisingly simple. The liver depends heavily on sulfur compounds to neutralize metabolic waste, and garlic provides them in a form the body recognizes quickly. And this is where the story gets even more interesting, because the next vegetable helps the liver deal with something most people never connect to liver health at all. Carrots, the sweet vegetable that quietly protects your liver cells. Carrots look harmless, but inside the body they behave more like protective equipment for your organs. They support eye health, immune balance, digestion, and help reduce stress placed on liver cells during everyday metabolism. Most people only think about carrots as a low-calorie snack while ignoring the fact that heavily processed foods are constantly increasing oxidative stress inside the liver. Eating carrots regularly gives the body beta-carotene and antioxidants that help calm some of that internal pressure before it builds into fatigue and inflammation. Over time, this can support clearer skin, better digestion, and a more stable feeling of energy throughout the day. What makes this fascinating is that the liver converts carotenoids into compounds the body uses for repair and immune regulation, almost like transforming food into maintenance tools. And once those repair systems start improving, the next vegetable works like a reset button for the digestive system connected directly to the liver. Cabbage, the cheap vegetable your liver secretly loves. Cabbage is one of the most underestimated foods in the grocery store, yet the liver responds to it almost immediately. This vegetable supports digestion, gut bacteria, immune defense, and helps the body move waste out more efficiently instead of letting it sit and recycle through the system. The mistake most people make is drowning cabbage in oily dressings or overcooking it until the beneficial compounds disappear. Raw or lightly cooked cabbage delivers natural plant chemicals that support detox enzymes and improve how the digestive tract communicates with the liver. After adding it consistently, many people notice less heaviness after meals and a stomach that feels calmer throughout the day. Here is where it gets interesting. The liver and gut are deeply connected. So when cabbage improves digestion, the liver suddenly has far less inflammatory waste to deal with every single day. And that creates the perfect setup for one of the strangest looking vegetables on this list. Artichokes, the liver, supporting food. Most people never eat enough. Artichokes look complicated on the outside, but inside the body they work surprisingly gently. They support bile flow, digestion, cholesterol balance, and help the liver process fats more smoothly instead of leaving you feeling sluggish after eating. Most people ignore artichokes completely because they seem difficult to prepare or too expensive for daily meals. But even simple artichoke hearts added to salads or bowls can provide compounds that encourage healthier bile production, which is essential for carrying waste and excess fats out of the body. Many people experience better digestion and less bloating when bile flow improves because food no longer feels like it is sitting heavily for hours. The fascinating part is that the liver depends on proper bile movement, almost like a city depends on garbage collection trucks. When that flow slows down, everything backs up. And once bile starts moving better, the next vegetable becomes far more effective at supporting the body's natural cleansing systems. Watercress, the peppery green that acts like a liver shield. Most people walk past watercress without realizing it contains some of the most concentrated nutrients of any leafy green. This sharp-tasting vegetable supports circulation, cellular repair, immune resilience, and helps the liver defend itself against everyday oxidative stress from processed foods and poor sleep. The problem is that people usually focus only on calories and protein while ignoring how important protective plant compounds are for long-term organ health. Watercress delivers antioxidants and natural nitrates that improve blood flow and help transport oxygen and nutrients more efficiently through the body. After eating it regularly, some people notice they feel mentally clearer and less drained during the afternoon crash that often follows heavy meals. The reason is surprisingly connected to the liver because healthier circulation means the liver can process nutrients and remove waste with less strain. And this is where everything changes because the next vegetable on the list challenges almost everything people believe about bitter foods. Bitter melon, the strange vegetable that forces your liver to work smarter. Bitter melon tastes intense for a reason. Your body reacts to bitterness like a biological wake-up call. This unusual vegetable supports blood sugar balance, digestion, metabolic health, and reduces some of the pressure placed on the liver after constant spikes from sugary foods and drinks. Most people reject bitter foods immediately because modern diets train the brain to crave sweet flavors almost all the time. But small amounts of bitter melon can help the body become more sensitive to insulin signals instead of constantly storing excess sugar and fat. Many people notice fewer cravings and more stable energy once their blood sugar stops swinging wildly throughout the day. Here is where it gets fascinating. The liver is heavily involved in controlling glucose storage and release. So when blood sugar stabilizes, the liver suddenly gets a chance to recover from nonstop metabolic overload. And once that overload decreases, the next vegetable helps clear out what the body no longer needs. Radishes, the crunchy root that helps your liver flush waste faster. Radishes may seem like nothing more than a salad topping, but they quietly influence how the body handles waste and fluid balance. They support digestion, hydration, circulation, and help stimulate natural cleansing processes connected to the liver and kidneys. The mistake most people make is only eating soft, processed foods that slow digestion and make the body retain more water and waste. Fresh radishes contain compounds that encourage bile movement and help the digestive system stay active instead of sluggish. After eating them regularly, many people feel less puffy and notice their stomach feels lighter after heavy meals. What makes this interesting is that the liver depends on efficient waste movement through the digestive tract, because toxins that sit too long can end up being recycled back into the body again. And this leads perfectly into the final vegetable because it works almost like a cleaner version of comfort food for the liver. Cauliflower, the comfort food swap that quietly repairs your system. Most people never realize that one simple food swap can dramatically reduce stress on the liver over time. Cauliflower supports gut health, inflammation control, metabolic balance, and gives the body detox-supporting compounds without the heaviness of processed carbohydrates. The problem is not that people eat too much food, it is that many meals overload the body with refined starches that force the liver to constantly manage excess sugar and fat storage. Cauliflower becomes powerful when used as a replacement for ultra-processed sides because it satisfies volume and texture while delivering nutrients that actually support recovery. Over time, people often experience steadier energy and fewer crashes after meals because the body is no longer fighting huge glucose spikes. The surprising part is that cauliflower belongs to the same family as broccoli, meaning it carries similar sulfur compounds that help activate the liver's natural cleanup systems. And when these vegetables become part of everyday eating instead of occasional health food experiments, the liver finally gets the support it has been quietly asking for all along.